Hi, and welcome to another episode of Honest AF Show with me, Daniela Clark.
And me, Barbara Ann Wild.
Miss Barbara Ann Wild.
Yes.
I have been going to the stores. I'm sure you've been seeing this too. Sure, there's Halloween stuff out, but there's Christmas stuff already.
I know.
And I'm getting like an influx in my emails every morning of like Advent calendars already, like, gift packs.
Right.
All this Christmas stuff is starting to happen. I'm getting all these like gift ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's too soon for all that. But I was reading this article. I came across this article last night. It's on this blog that I follow called The Cut. And
I follow The Cut.
did you read this about?
I don't think I did yet.
This woman wrote in and said that it was her 40th birthday and she was expecting her husband to do something really special for her 40th.
Okay.
And he did nothing. Absolutely nothing. No gifts, no card, no flowers, no party, no restaurant, no nothing.
Okay.
And, she wrote in and said, it was a major bummer for me. I was like really let down.
Right.
And I thought, my 40th is a big rite of passage. It's a big birthday. It's a milestone. I would have thought that my husband would have done something for me. And the response, because it's kind of like a Dear Abby thing, right?
Yeah.
I know I'm totally aging myself by saying Dear Abby, but whatever. It's obvious anyway.
I used to love Dear Abby.
Yeah, me too. So the answer to that was your best friend is your best ally in these situations, because a lot of the times what she recommends is that you tell your friend what you want and what you like and what you're expecting or what you would hope for.
Right.
And then your friend can go and whisper it in your
I think that's
significant other's ear.
sage advice.
Right? I think it's very good advice.
Yeah.
But, I had this discussion with Gilby. I've had this discussion with him several times because gifts are kind of my love language.
Mine too.
Yeah. I like to get gifts. It makes me feel special. It makes me feel.
Oh, I like to give.
You like to give.
I'm the giver.
You love to give. And I like to receive. We're perfect for each other.
I actually love gifting you, so that's great.
I love to give gifts too. I
No,
love.
you do. You're
I
very
love
generous.
giving gifts. But I have a couple love language things. Like for me, it's gifts, it's touch.
Yeah.
It's also experiences. I like spending time.
Right.
I like affirmations. Pretty much. I have a very selfish love language. I want everything.
Yes.
But
it's just affection and attention, really.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You can just put a bow on it, but it's still attention and affection.
Yeah, I just want to be. I want to feel like I'm
Special.
appreciated and special.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think most people like to feel that way.
Agreed.
But where was I going with this?
You said you had this conversation with Gilby.
Oh, yeah. I had this conversation with Gilby, and Gilby's whole take on it is a lot of men don't know. They don't know what to do for
That's
you.
honest.
And you just need to tell them. He's like, we're not psychic. We don't read minds. We don't know what would make you happy or what you would want. If you just tell us, then
Excellent communication, Mr. Clark.
if you tell us, then we know. So what I like to do is I drop hints.
Just tell me.
I like right before the holidays or whatever, I like to like all of a sudden I'll post things that I'm coveting on my Instagram, on my story.
Oh, there you go.
I'll start to post things
See,
that I'm
Zach doesn't pay enough
coveting,
attention to me on that level. It wouldn't even work.
and maybe that'll drop a hint or two. But I don't know.
You also have a secret weapon in Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie's my secret weapon.
You could tell
Yes.
Frankie, and Frankie will tell him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking because, you know, Gilby and I just had our anniversary,
Right.
and we did like this whole motorcycle
Yeah.
chopper party because some of the guys, Gilby's friends, Michael Moore, we call him Rooster, and Brian Bowen Smith, who's like insane photographer. You might have heard me talking about him before on the previous episodes. They put together this chopper party at Pappy and Harriet's in Joshua Tree, and it was a lot of fun. Everybody rode out. There were bands playing. Have you heard Whitey Morgan? Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
He played. It was off the
Oh,
charts. It
wow.
was crazy.
Yeah.
So much fun. And my girlfriend, Taryn Manning,
I saw the post that you
came.
made. Yeah.
I texted her and I was like, you should
She
come.
lives in that area.
She lives in
somewhere.
Palm Springs
Right.
now. So I was like, you should come hang out. I hadn't seen her in a while. I used her. How her and I met was Vanity Fair magazine did a story on denim designers
Okay.
and asked us each to pick our muse. And at that time,
Oh.
I had picked Taryn Manning.
Amazing.
And that's how her and I met
That's
because we
cool.
did a photo shoot together for Vanity Fair.
Yeah.
It was a lot of different denim companies. It was like, at that time, I think it was like Seven and
Oh, yeah.
Citizens. I don't
Hudson,
remember.
maybe,
Yeah.
or
All these different
Joe's
denim brands.
Jeans.
One of them picked Cindy Crawford
Okay.
as their muse. And so I remember sitting next to Cindy Crawford in the makeup chair and looking at her with her flawless skin, no pores, just beautiful.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
And she's sweet too. She's
Yeah,
very
and
sweet.
smart.
Very smart.
Yes.
Very, very smart.
Yeah.
Very sweet. Very professional. But anyway, that's how I met Taryn. And so Taryn and I became friends. I ended up using her for a video lookbook that I did
Oh, cool.
as well. And she recreated one of Gilby's songs called Let's Get Lost. And she sang it. And Gilby played on it, and we used it for the video, and
Oh, how fun.
it was really cool. It was just so much fun. But anyway, her and I became very close, and so I texted her and I said, "Come out, come visit." Make a long story short, we had a great time in Pioneer Town,
Yeah.
but it also happened to be mine and Gilby's 33rd anniversary,
Right.
which went completely,
Yeah.
Swept under the rug because we were, doing this
Yeah.
on our anniversary. So Gilby said, you know
need
what?
A rain check.
Yeah. Gilby said, I'm going to give you a rain check. We'll do something for our anniversary another day. But we came back from that and our schedules have been busy and, life happens and we're just busy.
And you have to hold him to it now.
Now I got to hold them to it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I was thinking about that and I was thinking, like, do you guys, for your anniversary, do you guys buy each other gifts? Do you?
The last couple of years, our anniversary is right near Christmas, December 14th. So a lot of times Zach and I will go away because it's the calm before the storm. And our children like the one thing I said to them, I don't care when you get married, when you have your own families and everything, Christmas Eve is mine and Dad's. You have to be with us Christmas Eve. I don't care what else you do. Fortunately, both of my children marry Jewish people, so I don't have to really worry about sharing them on Christmas. They're like, okay, we're at my mom's at on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
But so December 14th, usually Zach and I will take a little trip somewhere, even if it's for 2 or 3 days. This year, last couple of years, Zach has actually had shows during our anniversary period. So maybe I'll fly out to where he's going to be. I didn't really look at the schedule yet, even though I book the shows, where exactly he is for our anniversary. But we don't really give each other gifts on our anniversary, because also 2 weeks later is Christmas, and then his birthday's 2 weeks after that.
Right,
My
right.
birthday's the month before, so it's like one of those things where it's just like, you know. And then this year we bought each other a house,
Yeah.
so we're not, you know, maybe
Yeah.
we'll get to go to our house.
But you guys, sometimes you guys renew your vows. You do these big
We
parties.
used to renew our vows, and that
Yeah.
was Zach, because he is beyond romantic and
Yeah.
beyond generous, and
Yeah.
he makes all the effort.
Yeah.
A lot of times with gifts, I'll say, he'll be like, "What do you want?" or "What did I buy you?" Because I'll buy something and say, "Hey, you bought me
Yeah.
these shades, or you
Yeah.
bought me these shoes, or whatever." But as far
That
as
column did say that too, that blog. They said you could just buy yourself something from them and just say, this is from you.
You know, Zach always says, like, guitars are so personal,
Yeah.
or things that he really wants are more personal. He'd much rather say, "Hey, I really want this guitar. It better be from you
Yeah.
and the kids for Christmas, or
Yeah.
whatever, for our anniversary." So Zach's really lucky, because he gets like 3 gifts in a matter of a month between our anniversary, Christmas, and his birthday.
Yeah.
But I think that we'll probably do something again this year and just go away, and
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll figure something
I
out.
think that that's important. I think that, you know, for me, I don't really care about gifts. I don't need a gift for our anniversary. But
Have you guys renewed your vows?
No, we've never renewed our vows.
See, now that might be something you want to do.
No, we've
because
never
to
done
get back
that.
to you, I digressed a little bit, but we used to renew our vows every single year, because Zach, being the romantic that he is, said it's not about the day, it's about the vows you took. So every
Yeah.
year we should renew our vows.
Oh, that's cute.
And
I
we
like that.
did for
Yeah.
like 8 years.
Yeah.
And then life got crazy, and we just haven't constantly. Last time we renewed our vows, you were there for
Yeah,
our
in
25th.
Vegas. So
And
much
we're going to
fun.
be on our 32nd. So
Uh-huh.
we haven't done it in 7 years.
Yeah.
Can you believe it's that long?
No. No. No, that's
we need
crazy.
to do that again, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, renewing your vows is sweet. I mean, sometimes we'll just say them to each other. We've been married by the chief of Scientology at one point, because he wanted to do it in San Francisco, and that was the only person that his manager at the time could find to marry us. We've been married in Jamaica. We originally were married in Bora Bora. We've done it all over. We did it in the Opera House in Paris. Literally in
right.
the Opera House in Paris, which was incredible. That was off the charts.
That
And
is
then
very
we did
romantic.
Caesars in
Yeah.
Vegas. We've
Yeah.
done Vegas a couple times, but the first time we ever did it with our friends and family was when you were there.
We never did it because, I don't know, Gilby and I have always been
You
like,
had a big wedding, though.
we had a big wedding, and we also just feel like superstitious about it.
Oh,
Like, we're just like, you know, I don't want to, our vows work. I don't want to take any other vows.
Got it.
So we just kind of leave it where it is.
Okay.
But with that being said, every anniversary to me is important.
It is.
And so I like to do something. I don't need like a gift or, you know,
Right.
anything like that. But I just want to I like to do things together, like have
Commemorate it.
experiences
Yeah.
and yes, commemorate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a little bit goes a long way. You know, with me, I don't need much. I just need
No.
like a little bit of, you
Just
know,
take you somewhere.
yeah,
You're easy.
yeah. I'm pretty easy with that,
Yeah.
with that kind of stuff. But I found that article interesting. It got me thinking. I was like, you know, what did people, you
I
know,
mean,
what
I love
did
what
people
Gilby
do?
said, because it is true.
Yeah,
Guys are in their own guy world anyway, for the
Yeah.
most part, and they aren't mind readers. So it's probably better to not get yourself all sad that they forgot, and
Yeah.
like say, "Hey, our anniversary's coming up. I would like to go here, or
Yeah.
I want to do this, or how about I put something together?" I mean, Zach would be like all for it.
yeah.
You know, I think
Usually,
made
Gilby
it-
and I do stuff together on our anniversary. Like we'll go on like an anniversary
Yeah, we
trip,
went to
or
Big
we'll go on
Sur
a
that one
ride. Yeah, that
year.
was amazing.
Yeah,
That was our 30th.
yeah, that was
Um,
wonderful.
Yeah, that was really fun. So we usually do stuff, but this year we didn't do anything yet. So I was like a little bummed out about it. I was
I
like, oh, I'm
know.
kind of bummed. You know, we didn't do
Maybe
anything
do
for our
something in
anniversary.
November.
Yeah, I think he has to make it up to me.
Yes.
So
Yes, Mr. Clark. I know you don't really listen anymore, but
no, he tries
yeah.
to shut us
we'll
out.
make that the soundbite.
Yeah, exactly.
Gilby, you need to take your wife away for your anniversary.
Yes. Funny little tidbit for you. I'm in my house
Yes.
and there's all these people over. Gilby's doing a session in the
Oh,
studio.
fun.
Another like 1 degree of separation here. He's in the studio. He's got all these people over. I came home and I'm like, what is going on here? And then I hear Ozzy's voice. I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh my goodness.
And Gilby was doing a session with Billy Morrison.
Oh, I love Billy.
Yeah, he's lovely. He was doing a session with Billy Morrison
Awesome.
and Fred Curry, and I guess it was a song that Ozzy
sang
on.
Oh, very cool.
And it was really cool. And then they had all these little young girls from some girls' choir singing on it. So there was like 10 little girls at our
love
house. It was
that.
so
It's going to be a great song. I can't
cute.
wait to hear it.
It was so cute.
Awesome.
It really sounds cool. It was so funny. I'm like, you just never know what's going on in my house.
No, and Ozzy's voice is so
Distinct.
unmistakable.
Yeah. It was so funny. Frankie came over. Her and I, we went out. We went grocery shopping. And I walking the dogs, and we come back, and she's like, "Is that Ozzy singing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think you're right. That is Ozzy singing. What is going
That's
on
so
downstairs?" It was so funny.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, it's really funny. Zach and I always say it shocks us still that Ozzy speaks with such a heavy British accent.
Oh, I know.
But he doesn't sing with one.
Yeah.
He does not sing with it at all.
And yet,
You
like,
hear it in his music? I never do.
no. And like, even like the Stones, like Mick Jagger
Yeah.
sings with like a
Very rarely do you hear it
like
in
an
his-
American accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
And then you have a lot of artists like Green Day that you
Yeah.
hear their British accents that they'd never had, but it kind of works with the music.
Yeah,
you know?
it works with the music.
It's great.
Yeah, that
Very
is so
funny.
that's funny. I know I had a really strong accent when I first met Gilby because I learned
South Africa, right?
even though I was born in Israel, I was raised in South Africa. So when I came out here, I learned how to speak English in South Africa, and they speak with a very thick South African accent. It's kind of like a
beautiful.
British accent.
It's so very proper.
Yeah.
I love it. It sounds so educated and proper to me.
Which I'm neither of those. I'm not neither proper or educated.
You
but
are much smarter than you think you are. But I think that the dialect is beautiful.
It is. I like it. It's a very rich sounding accent.
Yes.
And so when I first came out here, I always had a very thick accent. But after being here since I was 16 and being surrounded by Americans, I've completely lost my accent.
I hear it every once in a while, a couple words here and there.
There's words, but for the most part, no one would ever guess that I was raised in South
No.
Africa. And
No one ever guesses I'm from Jersey or New York. They catch
I don't
Zach.
know how. I catch you all the time.
Do you? Zach,
Yeah.
Zach has a very heavy East Coast,
When you say coffee, I mean, it's so easy.
coffee or water.
Water?
My kids
Yeah.
always say that with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you always
funny.
say water. Yeah, it's funny. But when I went back to South Africa, it was really
You
interesting.
pick it right back up.
Picked it right back up.
Yeah,
I was
I noticed
full
that
blown
too.
into my South African accent.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
When I spend a lot of time with Brits,
Yeah.
I'll end up I'll high in the end of my sentences, and I'm like, I'm not British, but I'm so used to hearing them, and I'll pick it up. It's just
Yeah.
It's
It's funny how you're like
human
a
nature,
parrot.
right?
It's like you're just, I feel like a parrot. I go
Yeah.
back to South Africa, I've got a South African accent. I come back to America, I've got an
I have
American
to
accent.
I want to visit South Africa with you because I've never been to Africa. It's on my bucket list. You know how we've talked so many times of
Yeah.
places that we want to go to that we haven't.
Yeah.
That's way, way, way up there on my list, like top 3.
It should be. It is
I'm-
magnificent. It is such a special place because
Everything
it's just
about
incredible.
it is so alluring to me. It's something I really want
Yeah,
to do.
it's incredible, especially if you go and you plan a safari. Which brings me to this other subject.
okay.
I don't know. I was watching something, I don't remember, and they were saying that the average American person,
Yes.
a woman, I think the average lifespan for a man is 76,
Mhm.
and the average lifespan for a woman is 79.
Right.
So,
And did you know it's gone down because it was 83?
oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, no, I didn't know it
Yeah.
went down.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it, and at our stature,
Yes. Oh, please don't go there.
listen, No, it's a good thing. It's a
Okay.
good thing because
Please don't tell me how many years I've left. I don't want to know.
we don't have much. But I was thinking about how time flies and how
Yes.
fast, 30 years went
Yes.
and how, none of us know how much time we have left.
Absolutely.
But we could assume that, with that
The
information.
natural course of things.
Yeah, in the natural course of things, with that information, you don't have that much time to do the things you want to do.
Right.
So you need to enjoy yourself and you need to do all the things that you want to
Agreed.
do. And you need to make time for that. And how many of us just kind of go through life thinking, yeah, one day I want to
Next
do that.
year.
One day I want to do that.
Agreed. That's
Soon
why
I'll
we-
do that.
I'm so proud of us for buying that house.
Yeah.
Because Zach and I are not, we don't make big purchases like that. We've been in our house for 22 years.
Yeah, no, I
And-
know. You've never done
and
anything so wild.
It was just, I mean, I've been talking to a realtor for a year and
Yeah.
we've been looking all over the world and we're constantly saying like, we want to have a second place to go to.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? No more talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Like we need to just do it.
That's right.
We'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
the joy and just the excitement, now we just have to figure out how we could get up there and spend some time there. But I said to Zach, like, we're not waiting on anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like if it's something we really want to do and it's within our wheelhouse, we're doing it.
I couldn't be happier that you did it. I just
I
think
can't wait
I'm
to get
so
up there.
glad for you because I'm going to go up there with you.
You are for sure.
But I just think it's so important, and I don't feel like we do that enough.
We
you know,
don't.
we're always like, oh well, I'll get around to doing that one day. I'm gonna, at some point I'll do that. But this thing that I was reading was like it broke it down. So if that's your life expectancy and you have, let's say, 25 more years,
Right.
according to that life expectancy,
Right.
and you break it down into how many days, how many weekends are left, how many months are left,
This is
how
very
many.
depressing, Daniela.
No, but it's like information because for me, it was like a kick in the ass.
Oh,
I
good.
like to look at it
Okay.
that way. It's
Okay.
a kick in the
It
ass.
fired you up.
Yeah, to go do what you want to do because nothing is guaranteed. Nothing, you don't know if
No.
you're even going to get that much.
No.
You just don't know. And you want to go do it while you still have the energy to do it, while you're still
True.
able-bodied, while you can still enjoy it. I still want to like wear fun outfits and go on a trip and wear beautiful shoes with high heels before I can't.
I agree.
I want to wobble along those cobblestone roads in my high heels
Yeah.
until I can't.
Right.
Before I have to worry about breaking a hip while I do it. So
It really
know?
just boils down to prioritizing what's important.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
I think some of the day-to-day stuff that we get all so caught up in, before you know it, it's like, oh wow, that was 2 years ago, or that
Yeah.
it goes so fast. So it's just like every minute that you have that you can enjoy something, I think
Yeah.
we just need to start checking stuff off.
Exactly. And that's what I've been doing.
Good.
So I've been keeping a list, a
You've been
bucket
saying
list.
this, believe it or not, in all fairness to yourself, to you,
Yeah.
you have talked about this and made this New Year's resolution 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
you've been doing that. I think
Yeah.
you've been,
I don't say no to much.
no,
I try and take every adventure, every trip that is presenting itself to me, I try and take it because I want to see and do everything before I
Yeah.
can't.
yeah.
So,
And I don't know about you, but I always think about my mom.
Yeah.
And Zach thinks about his parents. Like they saw so much less of the world than we have already.
Mhm.
And
That's
like,
right.
I don't want to, I have to go to Bali before I can't
Yes.
antique shop or, zip line. I want,
Yeah.
there are certain things that I want to do too. And
Bali's
Zach
on
too.
my bucket list for a trip with a girlfriend.
I think so too. It's a girl's
It's a
trip.
girl's trip.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you on that.
Yeah, I have like different bucket lists. I have like
Your cousin gave me the lowdown on Bali and
Oh,
made
yeah,
me
he
even
knows
want to go
Bali very
even
well.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go and have Braden show us the ropes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, I've been keeping this bucket list of all the things I want to do, everywhere I want to go. all the things that I still want to accomplish, things I
Yeah.
still want to do. But I thought about it. And even like when you brought up our moms, our parents, like my mom is 75. So according to that, life expectancy list, I was like, okay, I'm going to go see my mom this weekend.
Good for
I'm going to
you.
go spend time with my mom this
Yeah.
weekend. So I decided on Saturday, this weekend, Frankie and I asked her to come with me. Her and I are
But
going to,
she doesn't have a gig this weekend. Next week, the 10th.
yeah, I don't know. Actually,
Okay.
you're right. Yes, the 10th.
Yeah.
She's playing at, we should mention that actually. If you're in LA on
Yeah.
the 10th of October, you should definitely go. She's playing a show at the Roxy
Right.
with Licorice Pizza, which is a record store, a local record store here. And I'm sure you've all remember Licorice Pizza.
Yeah.
It was a big record store back in the day. And she is playing a show with her dad,
Yeah.
Gilby. And she's also going to be playing, they're doing an all-star jam with Slim Jim Phantom from the Stray
fun.
Cats.
Yeah.
And his lovely wife, Jenny V, who plays in Eagles of Death Metal.
She's
And she
so
also
cool.
has a new project called the Midnight Cowgirls. And they're going to be playing as well. The Nelson brothers are going to be
Aw.
playing.
They're sweethearts.
They're great guys. I told you we did the guys all
The
played
Ohana
together
Festa?
in
the Sunflower Festival.
the Sunflower Festival
Yeah.
in Maui
Yeah.
a few months ago. They're going to be playing as well. Also, Kevin Preston, who plays in Green Day,
Right.
he's going to also play in the All-Star Band. Oh my gosh, who am I forgetting? There's going to be
This
so
seems like
many.
it's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a great
I'm
show.
trying to figure out what to do because that's the same day that Zach's playing Aftershock with Pantera.
Oh,
So I'm like, do I go with
Yeah,
Zach
you're
or
definitely
do I
gonna
go
miss
see
that.
Frankie and Gilby? I
Yeah.
might stay back because I might have to be home with our pup.
Oh, right.
Who's
Yeah.
going to be nursing him back to health.
Recovering.
So,
Yeah.
So I think that I don't know yet. I'll know pretty soon.
Yeah, well, let me know because
yeah.
I would love, of course, would love for you to be there. It's going to be a really, really fun show. So that's going to be October 10th at the Roxy.
So that's cool. So you're going to go to Palm Springs this weekend to see your
So
mom.
yeah, so Frankie
you
and
are
I are going to
brave
go
and
to
a good
Palm
daughter
Springs.
because what's going to be 115 this weekend?
Oh, I know. It's going to be so unbearable.
It
It's
was
gonna be so hot.
107 at my house yesterday.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
107.
But see, this is the problem I have with the heat, because I love the heat. The problem I have is everybody jacks up the air conditioning, and the air conditioning attacks my voice.
I don't like the heat when it's over when it's triple digits and up. I am okay when you get to 90, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can.
I'm with you. It's
but
too
when
hot.
it gets
Yeah.
past that,
Yeah.
it's just not comfortable.
No.
Even though we have a dry heat, it's 90 degrees when I was growing up in New Jersey. It was like no one even dreamed of going outside. You wanted to die.
Right.
But 90 degrees here is pleasant.
Right.
When it gets higher than that,
It's too much.
especially
Yeah.
triple digits, I'm just like, I don't care where it is in the world at 100 degrees. I don't want to be out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Unless I'm
it's
in a
too hot.
swim up bar.
But
in a
the great
pool.
thing about California is you can just go to Malibu and it's 70 degrees there. Even
Not
though it's
only
100
that,
here, it's 70
true.
there.
Well, we could go to my house in Oregon now.
Yeah.
But the other thing too
Escape.
is that it always is cool at night here. When I was growing up in New Jersey, if it was 100 degrees out, then it would be 90 degrees overnight. You
Right.
couldn't get comfortable to sleep. Like at least it's always jacket with hoodie weather at night
Yeah.
here, no matter how hot it is during the day.
Yeah, I know. Which, oh my gosh, the news with the hurricane in North Carolina.
I'm so glad that you're mentioning that in a way
Oh my
because
God.
I posted some places to donate for Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Such
saw
an
that. That was really
incredible
cool.
creative music town. The gentleman Justin Reek, who's done the majority of Zach's videos for the last decade, he's incredibly talented. He has family there. We shot videos there. We know friends that have a house there.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a artistic, great place. in
Beautiful
this country.
community. Yeah.
I hope to God everything works out for them. And if you could donate to them, there
Yeah.
are some great, I'll post again, some great sources because the money will go to help these people. I mean, the entire town has been decimated.
Decimated. They said it's catastrophic.
Not
I mean, so many people
not
lost their lives. It's terrible,
not a
terrible.
shop standing. We've gotten several. Zach and I have gotten several direct messages from people. Please, please don't let people forget about us. They
Yeah.
say it's the second most devastating hurricane since Katrina.
Yeah, it's really terrible. You know, our friend bought a house there and was set to
Yep.
close escrow the day the hurricane hit.
know.
And she hasn't been able to get a hold of anybody because there's no cell service. There's
No water, no electricity.
nothing. And no
Horrible.
roads. You can't even, she
No.
flew into Raleigh to go and check on her property and see if it's still there. She has no idea if it's still there. She can't even get in. She can't get a hold of anybody. It's devastating. And
There
people
was a-
lost their livelihoods. They lost their businesses. They lost
I know.
so much.
There was a gentleman that responded to a post that I was on that said that his father, elderly father, lived in a neighboring town. He walked 12 miles
Oh
to
my
go
gosh.
check on his father
Yeah.
because he had no idea what happened to him, his property. He has no water or food. He said even all the food that they did have in their refrigerators, it's all spoiled. There's no electricity.
Right.
There's nothing.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing is I really learned like during the last heat wave how important it is to have a generator.
Oh, incredible.
It's so important to have a generator. And, you know, generators are expensive.
Mm-hmm. We
Depending
never
on
had
the
one.
size you
On our
get.
10 acres up in the middle of nowhere, but we now have the 4 Tesla batteries on the house.
Yeah.
And one on the
You
studio.
guys are solar powered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's really important, especially if you live in an area that has wild weather.
Absolutely.
Generators.
I
Generators
mean,
are
the
so
most
important.
desirable places to live always have something, right? It's like
Yeah.
earthquakes,
Yeah.
fire, flooding, tornadoes.
It's always
hurricane-
something.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I know. Ugh. Our heart goes out to
Yeah.
everybody in those areas that were affected by that. That was just terrible. What else has been going on with you, little miss?
Oh my goodness, what hasn't been? Just getting ready for this December tour, making plans to go up to the house in November. I'm really excited. I've been Pinterest on fire trying to furnish my new house, and kind
Yeah.
of boring for
I
most
can't
people to hear
wait.
about, but it's super exciting for us.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah, so
I can't wait.
Just I kind of learned the lay of the lands a little bit, and there's a world-renowned spa walking distance from our front door, which I'm already trying to work out when are we having our girls trip up there.
Yeah.
Just really excited about that.
Wait, was it somebody that told me that there was a spa there?
Oh, there is. Oh, you were telling me that there's a really great spa where we did Berserkus near there.
Oh, is that what it
near
was?
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Which we have to check out. But
Yeah.
no, there are. I mean, one thing I really love about Oregon, I thought California was all about the environment and nature and things being organic and farm to table. Oregon is the originator of all of that, and
Yeah.
all the farmlands and the vineyards and the geographically, it's so spectacular. The ocean and the sequoias and
Yeah.
it's
Well, just from the short videos that
Oh.
Zach took, it was crazy. It was
It's-
beautiful.
you can't even imagine.
Yeah,
Like Sharon
I can't
Osbourne said to
wait.
me, "How did you find this place? I didn't even know it existed."
Yeah.
Where we are, it's called the Spit because we're on this little strip of land that the front of the house is on the bay, the back of the house is on the ocean. It's a really unbelievable place geographically. It's like something out of, you couldn't have dreamt such beauty.
Wow. I
And
can't
then
wait to visit.
I
I
can't
really
wait
can't
for you
wait.
to. Randy keeps saying to me, "Well, make sure when Daniela comes, it's warmer. Tell her to come in the spring or whatever."
Yeah.
I'm like, Daniela's fine. It's not anywhere near as cold as England, and she did great in January and February. We'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll just
yeah.
make sure the
I did
fireplaces.
just fine.
I don't have heated floors for you like Mrs. Osborne, but I
Yeah.
will have fireplaces going.
You know, I fantasize about that trip. That was such a great trip.
Oh,
When we went, I
I
mean,
wish we could
first
make
of all,
it annually. When I see Sharon next month, I'm going to say,
yeah,
Sharon,
we
can
need to make this an
can we
annual
make it an
event.
annual trip?
But the thing that I hold really fondly in my mind was her pantry.
Oh,
The pantry
Everything
with all
about it.
those candy and cookies and sweets and stuff, like all that British stuff. Oh my God, it was so good.
everything about our trip.
And then just like sitting on the couch with her in front of the fireplace
Oh, it
and
was
the
the
TV with
best.
the magazines and the chocolates and ugh, I just loved it. I loved
I've
every
been
second of it.
sitting on couches with her or beds, magazines and room service suites since I met her in 1987.
Really?
It's our thing.
Yeah.
And in the day when magazines were a thing, she would go and get
The whole stack of
piles,
them. Yeah.
and we would just sit there, trade them off.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
Oh my God, you just made me so nostalgic for that because
Yeah.
that was always my thing with Sharon.
I love that. When you and I got there and we were all sitting on the couch with the magazines and the chocolates, I was
really
like,
special,
this
right?
is my vibe right here. This is my vibe.
And it was really funny too because when she got famous, in her own right.
Yeah.
One of the things I used to pick her brain all the time, be like, okay, so tell me what stories that we read in the tabloids are true and what aren't now that you're on the other side of them. And she was like, you'd be surprised how they'll take a little fact and fabricate a big story.
Yeah.
But in there is usually a little bit of truth.
They
you
say
know?
that where
And
there's smoke, there's fire.
interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was really fun because I'd be like, okay, now you're on that side. Share, please share,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah,
Ugh,
that
was just a dream
You made
trip.
me very nostalgic for box of chocolates and magazines with Sharon.
It's like the best thing to do. I remember that when
Greatest
I was a
thing in
kid
life.
with my mom on rainy days. I would just lay in bed with my mom with Vogue magazines everywhere and a box of chocolates. And in South Africa, we had
tea.
tea. In South Africa, we had these chocolates that came in like a big box, and it was called Black Magic.
Oh.
And it was all dark chocolate with all kinds of yummy stuff in it. You can still get them, actually. But my mom loved those. So she would get like a big box of Black Magic, and we would sit on her bed reading Vogues and all the magazines
Love it.
together and eating chocolate. And it just reminded me of that when we went to
That's
Sharon's
amazing.
house. Yeah.
I think
So-
if I Google Black Magic now, it's going to be some of my marital aids will come up. So it won't be a box of chocolates. It'll be
very-
a box of something else, but that's okay.
Very interesting marital aids will come up. Very interesting ones. Anyways, so yeah, so we've been. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing that. I've been kind of focusing.
Sounds like
on,
you're very nostalgic.
I'm very
Daniela,
nostalgic
these
lately.
days.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm getting very soft. I don't know. I'm very soft. We did. Oh, you know what we did this week, which was kind of fun. It was. Do you know Tammy? Tammy Down
I know. Yes, I do.
from Faster Pussycat.
I don't. He wouldn't know me without Zach next to me, but I do know him.
So Tammy has been in our lives forever. He Tammy Down,
Ricky.
for those of you who don't know who he is he is the singer in Faster Pussycat, the band. And he is just an old friend of ours. I've known him since I was 16 years old.
Wow.
When I used to go down Melrose, when I first met Gilby, he used to work at a store on Melrose called Retail Slut.
Oh, that's great.
And
That's great.
And I used to go in there and buy stuff from him and stuff. So that's how I met him. But Gilby and him go way back because of obviously they've all played
Music,
together forever.
right, yeah.
And Faster Pussycat and Ricky Rackman, who we've had on the show. Tammy and Ricky Rackman started Cat House together,
Right.
and they were partners forever and ever. And it was just his. And now Gilby and him ride motorcycles.
Oh, okay.
They ride motorcycles together, and his lovely fiance comes and rides. Also, Kimberly, she's lovely. Anyway, she threw a 60th surprise 60th birthday party for him.
Oh, how fun.
And so that was really fun. And we got to see a lot of people that we haven't seen in a bit. Some of his band guys were there. And I hung out with Fred Curry and
Sweetheart.
and his wife, Amy. And we just kind of all got to catch up. We went to Jones, which is across the
my
street from the
God.
Formosa.
Yeah.
Great pizza. So that was really fun. And then tonight, Gilby's brother is in town from Argentina because he lives in Argentina now.
Right.
So Gilby's brother is in town, and we're doing a little family get together. We're all
I
gonna
love that.
go. We're all gonna go to dinner together to this place called Basta.
You keep telling me about it.
So
we have
good.
to go.
Italian
That's in
restaurant.
Agora,
Yes, very good. It's on Agora Road. It's in Agora, right next door to
the Wizen Center,
the
right?
Country Club.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? The Country Club?
Yeah.
Canyon Club.
Canyon
Canyon Club.
Club.
Jeez Louise. The Canyon Club. It's right next door to the Canyon Club.
Yeah.
There's Basta. It's great Italian
Great little
food.
strip mall in there.
They make all homemade pasta.
I
It's
know. I
so
want to go with
yummy.
you there. I love
You
that whole.
should.
I love that antique store in there.
Well, you know,
I love that
Frankie's
area.
playing there with her
When?
cover band. The Gormandizers are going to be playing at the Canyon Club.
When?
Um,
I should know this since
November
I'm
something. I don't know.
helping Frankie a bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've been
awesome.
killing it for Frankie, by the way.
Yeah.
Killing it. Frankie calls me up the other day and she goes, no, she came over. She walks in and she goes, that Barbara Ann
I
Wild.
love that kid.
And I go, oh, I know. We call you the golden goose.
Oh, thank you.
So she goes, that Barbara Ann Wild, she's amazing. I've been trying to
I'm
get.
so torn because I love her so much, and I've always been. I've also been helping out Dario, Zach's guitar player in his band.
Yeah.
He's incredibly talented, and he has a new project as well. And I've been trying to help him a little bit as well, in addition to Frankie. And I just don't want to do a bad job for them because I love them so much. So I don't want to. And both of them have done everything on their own.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm trying to do is help them get in front of the right eyes and ears. Other than that, they've pretty much. I mean, Frankie is a rock star in the business world as well. Like, she has gotten everything on her own, and
Yeah.
she has done an amazing job. So is Dario. Dario's
think that-
band is called Dark Chapel, and it reminds me a bit of one of my favorites, Alice in Chains. He's got that, but he's he's a guitar virtuoso.
Yeah.
He's incredible, and I love them both so much. So I just want to
Yeah.
make sure that
That you do right by them. Well, you
I do, and I also want to make sure that they're taken care of well. I don't want
Yeah.
anyone to take advantage of either of them. But
Yeah.
they're both really smart, so
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
but-
that's the thing. It's really interesting because a lot of people think like, oh, she's a nepo baby, Frankie. So, because of her father, she's got this, she's got that. She gets all these entitlements. Well, in fact, she does everything herself.
She absolutely does. And the thing is, I don't care what your parents' line of business is. A good part of the world follows the family business.
Right.
You
Right.
know, like
Well,
my
you're
kids
inspired by
didn't-
what's around you, right? So
and what
whatever
you know,
surrounds
it's,
you.
yeah. And I don't.
Yeah.
If we owned a restaurant and our kids went to work in our restaurant, no one would call them nepo babies.
Yeah, I know. It's so crazy, but
So
she gets
and
that a lot.
I think I told her this, and I think these kids that their parents are actors or musicians or whatever, directors, producers, wear it as a badge because you should be
Yeah.
proud of where you come from.
That's right.
I
I like
and,
that,
and you have to prove yourself once you get there.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the bottom line is you still have to be good.
Yeah.
Because
Actually, I think it's tougher for them.
it is. It's a lot harder for Frankie. In just for her personally, it's very difficult because there is this. People perceive her.
They have
as,
expectations.
Yeah, and they
100%.
have expectations, and they perceive her to have had everything easy. And they think she already has management, agents, all this stuff,
Yeah.
everybody doing all this stuff for her. I mean, in fact, she does not.
No.
She does it all herself.
She does it all herself.
She books all her own shows. She writes her own songs. She advances her shows. She carries her own gear in and out.
Yeah.
I mean, she really, they did. She did a video for one of her songs this weekend. She has a song called "Bleep This Shit."
Okay.
Fuck this shit. And she wanted to do a video for it.
Yeah.
And so she met through her work. She met this young guy whose parents are both very, very established in the business, and he is a video director.
Oh, cool.
And so she asked me if I'd give them a hand and if they could, film the video at our house or whatever.
Oh, fun.
And so this weekend, I went and met up with them early in the morning, and they started filming, and they were filming all over town. And it was very like, renegade style,
cool.
boom, to this venue, next to in the next
Yeah.
location. And, and we're all in the cars and the outfits and everything. And I was making her costume. I was ironing on
That's great.
her stuff, and it was hilarious. But I was looking around, and the young man that was her video director
Yeah.
and all of his friends that were also working on the video,
Yeah.
part of the crew, and then Frankie and her bandmates, you know, a lot of people could look at them and be like, well, you know, their parents are this, that, and the other, because they do all have very successful parents.
Yeah.
But these kids were working their asses off.
Right.
And they were doing the work. They were working. They were doing the work. They were being creative. They were working hard. They were moving equipment, big, heavy pieces of equipment. They were schlepping back and forth. So,
amazing to me.
You know, it was incredible to watch, and it I took it all in, and I was just really proud of them. You know, like,
Me
they are
too.
working really hard. But Frankie was saying, she's like, that Barbara Ann Wild, she's amazing.
All I did was make a couple of phone calls for her, but I will say that she can deliver.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But you inspired her. You know, she said she was really inspired by you because she saw someone who was really direct, but kind, and just straight to business, and she just loved the way you carry yourself. She's like she carries herself in such a way that is just remarkable. She's very kind, but she's also very direct and straight to business. She goes, and I love that about her. She goes, that was really inspiring to me. I go, oh, yeah, you watch and learn from that, Miss Barbara Ann Wild.
You're always like, when I send you certain texts that I've sent to people, you're like, oh, I love it when you go up. I think that, you know, creative people really need the other side to balance them out.
Yeah.
And that's why it's worked so well with Zach, because, you know, sometimes it's hard for them to enunciate what they want without feeling like they're so modest.
Yeah.
Frankie's very much like Zach that way.
Yeah.
Where she's not going to toot her own horn. So I'm like,
No.
I'll do it for you.
She's quite shy.
You know, and so is Ozzy, so is Zach.
Yeah.
Very quiet when they're in their own environment.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said to Frankie since the first time I've seen her perform, who is that person?
Yeah.
Because I don't know that person. You know, like
they go
that is
into a different.
Yeah.
They have an alter ego.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing to watch.
Yeah.
I'm as impressed with that.
Yeah.
That excites me. So,
Yeah.
But I just feel like they just need a little, you know, someone to protect them. I'm good at being a mama bear.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you are, and I know she's in good hands with you. So, all right, is it time for Flix AF?
Yes.
Okay, Gilby and I just watched the new Brad Pitt, George Clooney movie, Wolves.
Yes. Please tell me you loved it.
I did not.
Oh,
Wah, wah.
I love both of them so much.
I do too. I mean, I do too. I love them as actors, and I always feel like
Damn it.
they do such good work. And I love like all the what was that one series that they did?
11.
Ocean's 11.
I love him.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's kind of in that vein.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was okay. I mean, was it entertaining? Yeah. Yeah. It was
Well,
a good.
I mean, Brad Pitt.
Yeah. I mean, it's Brad Pitt and George Clooney. I mean, but
Enough eye candy there for me. That alone is fine.
I felt like it was whatever you'd expect if you are a fan of Ocean 11. It's, you know, it's one of those, but it was okay. It wasn't
The chemistry between
it
the
wasn't
two of
bad. It was just wasn't great.
them, it didn't knock you out.
No, it didn't knock me out. I think Gilby enjoyed it, and I mean, it was entertaining enough. It just wasn't amazing.
Oh, bummer.
And yeah, it was all right. And I think it was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited when they were doing all the
It was
press
something
and
to
they were at
watch,
Cannes.
you know?
I was like, oh, this is just
Oh my God, how they arrived in Venice. I think they
Yes.
arrived in the boat. The two of them got
yacht and
out.
the
It
whole
was like,
9 yards, and Brad introduced all of us to his new lady, and
yeah,
George's wife looked so beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about intelligent.
accomplished.
That woman,
Accomplished.
oh my God, what
She is-
someone to really look up to between
she's amazing.
her, all the altruistic and philanthropic things that she does, and
She's
just,
brilliant. Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
In my next life, I want to come back as someone who changes the world that way. If I could, that is a dream for me.
I think about that all the time. I would love to I wish I was somebody who could make a difference. Like I want to make a difference.
I want to be Mrs. Clooney in Kate Moss's package. That's my goal for my next life.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I could summon it or make it happen. But I just, want to be the rock star that Kate Moss is.
Yeah.
And I want to be, save the world like Amal Clooney.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my dream.
Yeah, that sounds good.
My goal.
I'll take that too. So yeah, there you have it. That was my Flix AF. Is it time for Barb's Bag of Tricks?
Yeah. So
what you got going on in there?
Yeah, I have a couple things. I'm trying to find more fun things, but I can only test drive so many sex products. And Mr. Wild is like down for the count. He's like, I'm not there right now. I'm thinking about the dogs. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be a little bit boring, but really exciting for me, and I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
It's awesome. So you remember you were talking to me a couple weeks ago about some Korean skincare that was just amazing.
Oh yeah, from the sex worker that I found on TikTok.
Yes. So this is also Korean skincare, although it's it's manufactured in Korea, but it bills itself as something from UK. So I don't know exactly what the deal is here, but these are kojic and turmeric cleansing pads, and they are so amazing. So this is for you. I bought a bunch of them.
That's really cool because turmeric is just a great anti-inflammatory.
Oh my God.
It's a natural anti-inflammatory.
It gets rid of if you suffer from melasma or sun damage.
Oh.
It is like...
It helps with that too.
Absolutely. Like kojic acid is in all of my melasma products, and turmeric, it fades out any hyperpigmentation. If you have any like blemishes that left scar, like not permanent scarring, but red spots or any sun damage, these are so cool. So when you wet them, the sponge has the active ingredients. And what's so cool about these, because I have such sensitive skin, there are only 5 ingredients. And the major ones are the kojic acid and the turmeric. And it also has glycerin, which is a conduit, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, and chrysanthemum, which is from a plant, and it also is a brightening product.
Okay.
But they're so amazing. You just clean your skin, you apply warm water to these pads, and you use them, and they foam up.
Oh, how cool is that?
And
I love that.
it is like a facial on steroids.
Ooh, I like
These
it.
These are
I
for
like
you
this little
because I have
packaging,
tons
too.
of them. I bought them,
Oh, how
and
awesome.
I love them. It was an Instagram product again, amazing Instagram, and you can buy them at the website. There's 40 different pieces in here.
Oh,
So it gives you
40
a
of
lot.
them.
40
Wow,
of
that's
them.
a lot.
And let me think of. You leave it on like a mask as well for like 8-10 minutes, and then go in the shower and rinse it off or what have you. But I'm trying to think. I
That's
got
incredible.
it on
I love that.
Instagram. I'll post the link for it because it was an Instagram purchase, and I'm not seeing the website right.
I
on the
have to
packaging.
ask you, I wanted to follow up with you. Did you talk to your dermatologist about the alloy product?
Actually, I did want to talk to you about that, and I did.
Yeah.
And they do believe, like Alloy said to me, using it as a topical should not increase
because it
my
does not
melasma.
enter your bloodstream. It just is in your
Yes,
skin.
and I found that taking some of the supplements that help me with libido and help me with some of the hormonal issues bring out my melasma. For me, it's a hormonal issue. So they do not feel that topically it is going to be a problem for me.
Oh, good. So then you can
so
try it.
I'm going to get back in touch with Alloy and say I do want to try it.
Yeah.
Because I want to bring it to your skin. It is really plumped up your skin.
Yeah. It's funny
I
because
can see it every week. It's been incredible for you, and I am so excited to try it.
I really love it, and I definitely am seeing the results of it.
I see
It's
it looking
incredible
across
because
from you.
menopausal skin, like your skin takes a hit because
Very
the minute you
dehydrated.
lose estrogen, you dry.
Yes.
You get really dry. I mean, like even my lips get dry, my hands get dry,
I've been
everything
telling
gets dry.
Zach, my lips are so chapped.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's constant, and you find like you're itching because your skin is so dry because of the
Yeah.
loss of estrogen. So definitely,
I'm going to get
get
back
your
in touch with
hormones
them.
checked. But secondly, this alloy product on my skin has made a huge difference.
Yeah.
I'm doing the retinoid at night, and then the estrogen cream in the
In the morning.
and I have been getting comments, direct messages from some of
I
our
see it looking at you.
people watching on YouTube, and they're saying your skin looks amazing. What the hell? And I was
Yeah.
like, it's the alloy.
It is.
So
I'm excited because I was so bummed thinking, oh, I don't want to trade one problem for another.
Yeah.
But my dermatologist said he does not see any reason why it would do that.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that I could try it and it does that for
And
me.
it does
But
it, yeah.
the Retin A or the retinol generally is for brightening as well. It just your skin, your cell
Yeah.
turnover.
Your cell
so I
turnover,
think
yeah.
maybe in conjunction with that will be a great
yeah,
situation anyway.
I think so too. I'm like excited for you to try it. I can't wait to hear what you think of
Are
it.
you also taking the supplements that they prescribed? 'Cause
No,
isn't there-
they didn't give me supplements.
Because
I've
they
been taking
say-
the supplements you gave me,
which are great, right?
those the doctor, the Beverly
Yes.
Hills doctor ones.
Yes.
Those are great. I've been taking those.
I have been taking those too, and I
Yeah.
think they're amazing.
Yeah, I'm almost done with. I have like a few left, but I've been taking those, and then just the aloe. And I'm not using anything else. I'm
know.
only using that. I'm not. I stopped using all my serums, moisturizers, every else. That's it.
To really give it a shot, so
Yeah.
you could really make it.
And I'm not
I
even
see it,
wearing makeup. I'm using the tinted sunblock that you gave
Which
me.
is incredible.
That tulip.
Yes.
That's all I use. I use that. I use a little bit of blush, and that's it. But it's a game changer. It really
I
is a game
can't wait
changer
to try
because,
it.
and I
I
think you're
meant
right.
to
The
say that to
combination.
you. I did ask, and I have to get back in touch with them now
Yeah.
because they did want me to consult with my doctor.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing to say about that company. They are so thorough.
Yeah.
They give you a Zoom medical exam. They talk to you about what it is that's bothering you about
Right.
your skin. And when I saw the products that they gave you, it's basically prescription.
It is. It's all prescription, and it's from a compounding pharmacy. So
I'm excited to try it.
it's great. And the thing is, a lot of people, like some of my girlfriends that have tried it, said, "Oh, it's expensive." That want to try
Is
it.
it?
They say, "Oh, it's expensive, and you have to. It's a subscription." And I was like, "Let me tell you something. It's $150.
For how long?
I think it lasts. It's supposed to last
3 months?
3 months, 90
Yeah,
days,
I think-
which I don't think is very expensive
Not
considering
compared to-
how much moisturizers cost.
And
So if you-
compared to what I've been spending?
yeah.
I mean-
and if you think about it, if you can dump your serums, dump your moisturizers, you can dump all your
Yeah.
other shit that you're using that's doing absolutely nothing for you.
I mean, retin A, retinols, everything in the vitamin A retinol family
Yeah.
is proven. It is literally, Dr. Diamond says it all the time, it's really the only proven thing that we have. Vitamin C is somewhat proven as well.
Yeah.
But retinol, it is amazing. And
And
if
the
you,
estrogen is what you're lacking in your skin as
Yeah.
you go through menopause.
I
so
will
if you're at
say-
that age, then yeah.
since I've been doing the Zepbound and I'm down 14 pounds now, I don't want to lose too much more weight, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's
down
enough.
14 pounds. I will say that my skin is so much drier and dying. My body skin is dying for moisture, and it's not the same just in drinking water. I've been drinking water like a crazy person.
Yeah.
So I think that I want to also address using some sort of estrogen topically on my skin and Retin A.
That's the thing is I want them to make an estrogen cream for your body.
Well, you could take a little bit of for your face if it's safe for your face and
Yeah.
put it with your other moisturizer. It's not going to be as concentrated.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start.
Yeah, I want them to create one for your body because that would be
I'm sure it's
amazing because
coming.
it gets rid of little fine lines and wrinkles. It
What
would
I've
be
noticed
amazing for
looking
your
at
body.
you is it's plumped your skin.
Yeah.
Under your eyes and your cheeks and everything. It just looks
Yeah.
hydrated and
Yeah.
plump.
Yeah, a little bit more
Gorgeous.
hydrated. Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it, kids.
Yeah.
It's all about the estrogen. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Honest AF Show. Check us out on all of our socials across the board. We're Honest AF Show, except for on TikTok. We're
Honest AF Show, D like Daniela, B like Barbara Ann.
Okay. And also, we're on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Until next time, y'all take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. We obviously need to do a disclaimer here, so we want you to know we are not doctors or experts by any stretch of the imagination. We are just a couple of gals that are looking for magical products, procedures, and experiences. And in our quest, we will share our honest as fuck opinions with you. So please make sure before you try anything we talk about that you know your own restrictions and do so at your own risk. Do not blame us for any of your issues. We're just experimenting too.